Emma Carter had been an English teacher for almost 15 years. Yet, every morning she still felt the same excitement she had on her very first day. She loved books. She loved stories. But most of all, she loved the way her students' eyes lit up when they finally understood something they once struggled with. But this year was different. A new student had joined her class. Liam Parker, a quiet 16-year-old boy who sat in the back and never spoke. His notebook stayed empty, his homework was untouched, and his eyes always held a distant sadness Emma couldn't ignore. After class one afternoon, she approached him gently. "Liam," she said softly, "is everything okay? You can talk to me." He looked away. "I'm fine," he muttered, gathering his books and slipping out before she could say another word. But Emma wasn't convinced. Chapter 1. A Blank Page. Weeks passed. Liam continued to drift silently through her lessons. He failed tests, not because he didn't understand, but because he didn't try. Emma stayed late many evenings, thinking of ways to reach him. One day, she gave the class a writing assignment. Write a letter to someone you miss. Most students began scribbling immediately, except Liam. He stared at the blank page for almost 10 minutes. Emma walked over and knelt beside his desk. "You can write anything," she whispered. "It doesn't have to be perfect." His voice cracked. "I don't know who to write to." She saw tears forming in his eyes. Then he quickly closed his notebook and walked out. Emma's heart broke a little. Chapter 2. The Truth Behind His Silence. The next day, Liam wasn't at school, nor the day after. Concerned, Emma asked the principal for permission to visit his home. She drove to the small, worn-down house on the edge of town, feeling nervous. Liam's grandmother answered the door. "Oh, you must be his teacher," she said with a tired smile. "Please, come in." Emma hesitated. "I'm worried about him." The old woman sighed. "He's been hurting since his mother passed last year. She loved reading more than anything. She used to help him with all his English homework." She wiped her eyes. "He hasn't opened a book since." Emma felt her chest tighten. So that was the silence. Grief wrapped in guilt. Chapter 3. Words Begin to Heal. The next Monday, Liam was back. Emma didn't pressure him, didn't mention the visit, didn't even touch the missing assignment. Instead, she placed a book on his desk. The Secret Garden. Inside the cover, she wrote, "Every story has a broken part, but every broken part can grow again, even yours." For the first time, Liam looked directly at her. "Why are you doing this?" he whispered. "Because someone once helped me," she said. "And now I want to help you." From that day on, something changed. Liam started staying after class. Sometimes they read together in silence. Other times he asked shy, hesitant questions. Slowly, the sadness in his eyes softened. Then one afternoon, he handed her a folded paper. "I finished the letter assignment," he said quietly. Emma unfolded it. It was addressed to his mother, and it was beautiful. Raw, honest, full of love and pain. She didn't speak. Her eyes filled with tears. "You're a writer, Liam," she said. "You just forgot for a while." He smiled, a small, fragile smile, but real. Chapter 4. The Last Lesson. Months later, the school year ended. Students hugged each other, signed yearbooks, and rushed out into the warm June sunlight. Liam walked up to Emma with a sealed envelope. "For you," he said. Inside was a short message. "Thank you for giving me back my words. Liam." Emma folded the letter carefully. It was the most precious gift she had ever received in her career. Years later, Emma would still remember that day. She kept Liam's letter in her desk drawer, reading it whenever she questioned her purpose. Because teaching wasn't about grammar or homework or grades. It was about people, about listening, about reaching the ones no one else could reach. And that year she realized something. Sometimes the teacher saves the student, and sometimes the student saves the teacher.